always love hearing that music, and it's that time of year. Obviously, it's a special time on campuses throughout this country, but a great time on campus here as students start returning to class and freshmen report. So all kind of excitement that comes with that. As families drop their kids off for the first time, I saw some families walking with stuff for rooms, but it just a great reminder of the business that we're in. This year it's even more exciting for us here at Temple, and especially our tennis program, as contractors are currently working on the new tennis courts that will hopefully be completed, Lee, by end of September. And but also it's a new leader, a new director of tennis that is joining us today. So I want to say thank you to the university for that project. I know it's making more room for progress that's going to take place here. That'll be great. But for all of you today, thank you for joining us in this introduction for Jeff Brandis, who is responsible for identifying, recruiting, developing, leading, and then serving our student athletes while helping them reach their potential in tennis here. I want to thank our assistant coaches, Bruce Myers, and our former assistant coach, Frederica Gersing, for their service during this transition. While Freddie is no longer with us, I want to wish her the best in her future endeavors and thank her for all of her service to Temple. Also, you all know I always thank our student athletes. I want to thank them. I know many of them are not back yet, but for their patience during this time and for trusting us during this time. I appreciate them jumping on phone calls from all over the world, as Coach found out as we were going through this process. But as you all know, in today's age, they have the ability to transfer. They don't have to stay. They chose to stay. To the recruits who chose to stay with us throughout this process, it says a lot about Temple and their belief in Temple and wanting to be here. So I want to thank them. And I look forward to you getting back here safely and trusting us with your futures. Will the members of the search committee stand up if you're not standing? Got two in the back. Go ahead and stand up. All right, I want to say thank you to you. The search committee was led by Prince Moody and Christy Bannon. Christy cannot be here today. She's in some other meetings, but I want to thank them for their time and their dedication to this during the summer period. Not a great time to be hiring coaches or putting committees together when people are taking vacations and people are going to be away, but they took their time and they brought us some great candidates to campus, and I thank you for your dedication and your service. So let's give them a round of applause. After researching Coach Brandis' background when I got his name, I was extremely excited. I was interested in visiting with him and wanted to interview him and learn more about him. Obviously, you can research or Google or his name and find out more about his actual career and some of the accolades. But during the interview process, some of the things that stood out. First thing he talked about was being a lifer, a tennis lifer. Someone who's played the game, who coaches the game, he eats, sleeps, and lives the game. His interest in all parts of it. His holistic approach to developing student athletes in all areas. His leadership. While it's inclusive, he also understands that he might have to make some really tough decisions at times that impact young people, whether it's about the lineup or whether it's scholarships or trying to get them to change something. He was okay with embracing that. From a recruiting standpoint, he understands that recruiting is the lifeblood. He talked about it being a treadmill that's always on, that he's always recruiting and trying to find ways to get edges and understanding that he needs to continue to recruit. He was looking for character. He wanted thinkers. He talked about tennis. At times they got to really think about how they're going to play their opponents, how they're going to do those things, and how that comes into play. Uh, from a development standpoint, he talked about the individual plans for practicing, developing their skills, getting better, working on their weaknesses. You're only as strong, as you say, as your weakest link,
Yep.
right? He talked about using technology in practice and in matches. In addition, he was committed to fostering a positive and motivating environment for our young people, which is really important for them. He embraced community service. He's talked about the projects that they've worked on, some of the things that they've done with ping pong, which
Yeah.
was really interesting and exciting. And then also his teams have been recognized by the ITA Northeast Regional in 3 consecutive years and on both sides of it. He understands all facets of leading a program. And during this time of transition, that piece was very important to me. Coach Brandis and to his wife, Sharon, I want to say thank you for believing in Temple, believing in us, and coming to lead our program. And so let's give a warm welcome and round of applause to Coach Jeff Brandis.
Thank you. So happy to be here. Wow, this is awesome. Pretty surreal. So thank you to everybody, because I've never felt more welcomed. Like on the Zoom call, the first interview, I felt welcomed. On the marathon campus visit day, I felt welcomed. Even though I still get lost on campus, I feel like I've been here like a long time because everyone is so welcoming. It's amazing. I'm so happy to be an owl. Yeah, and thank you to my wife for putting up with me, because the last few months have been crazy. And I feel like she might be able to be a realtor, because we've looked at so many apartments, and we will find a good one, somewhat close, which is going to be awesome. And yeah, I can't say, and thank you team for coming out here. It's awesome. Yeah, Philadelphia is amazing too. It's just can't say enough good things, and feel so good about being here. It's funny, like one of the first things that I learned on an initial call was, I asked Prince, I said, what's the best thing about Temple? And right away he said, the people. And it's so spot on. So thank you, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Any questions from the room? Raise your hand. I'll call on you, and then just state your name and your affiliation.
Diane Richardson, women's basketball. You must be special, Jeff, because they're building new tennis courts for you.
Yep.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're right, this is a special place.
Yeah, for sure. Good timing too. Yep. Yeah.
Any other questions? Comments?
You have any questions for the group?
For the group? Man. Nah. I don't think so. I don't know. Any apartment advice is welcome. That would be sure. Oh, good places to eat too. Yeah. Like, any food recommendations, those are great too, for sure. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else I should ask?
Yeah, he can tell you about the river too.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, thanks again for coming. I think it's an exciting time. Really looking forward to the new leadership, the new facilities. The facilities obviously means progress. So I think there will be a great addition to our athletic footprint. A great place for our student athletes to train, also for the university and the students that get to use it every day. So we're excited to have you here, and let's go. Let's go get it. And always, go Owls.
Go Owls. Yeah.
standing in a crowd.